And the reality is they need to show up and fight for their kids. And if mom's not a good mom, if mom's a bad mom, and I'll tell you what the test is for a bad mom, it's really easy.
Please, yeah.
If you have to go to court to get custody of your kids, she's a bad mom. If she's making you fight to see your kids, she's a bad mom. If you have to go in and get permission from a judge to see your kid on a Wednesday night for pizza, she's a bad mom.
Dave, how do you spot a bad mom?
Well, let's start with the fact that if you have to fight for custody, right off the bat, she's a bad mom. Unless you're like a real loser, they had a real problem, you shouldn't have to fight for custody. You know, there should be maybe some negotiations over like scheduling, but it shouldn't have to be like a real battle. If you're having to fight, she's a bad mom. If she's keeping you from your kid, she's a bad mom. Because if she's doing that to you, I will bet $1,000 that she is saying to that kid that you're a deadbeat, that you're a loser, that you don't show up, that you're not present, you're better off without him, we don't need him. All of that is undermining your relationship. All of that makes her a bad mom.
A bad baby mother is worse than any enemy you could possibly have.
Oh yeah, I feel like this the worst.
Yeah, because I remember this is one of the few things that I really felt like Suge Knight really nailed when he said it. He said, you have to be a lot more scared of your friends than your enemies. Your enemies can't go in your home, they can't borrow your car, you know, they don't have access to your family and, you know, your personal belongings and your children and so forth. Friends have access to all. And a baby mother, which is even a next level because you're connected to the child, they could do more damage than anyone from the outside because they're doing it from the inside.
No, that is spot on. I'm glad the first guy, the older guy, cleared that up, because a lot of you probably were watching and say, well, what if he's this? What if he's that? What if he really is a deadbeat? He's abusive. He does all these things in real life. That's completely different. But at the same time, courts should be involved if he's that bad, where he's doing these things. And I can understand that. But just in general, women know, because after all, you had kids with these guys, right? Women know when a father is trying. Women know how to hurt a father, and they're hurting their child in the process because, again, like I say, and we can talk about mothers here, which this is what we're talking about, but this is a thing with women in general. And men who act like this, because I know some women are going to watch this and say, JR, men do that too. Well, this man is exhibiting feminine characteristics, feminine traits by doing the same thing. Men are logical. They don't lead by emotion or feelings like women do. It's all about women getting their point across and punishing you. That's how women are. They're very emotional. And like I always say, women only have a few outlets to release their aggression because they can't beat you physically. So they'll either call the police or weaponize the court system, which is designed for women to do that. And it's a racket. That's how they make their money in family court, by preying on the emotions of women and men end up doing things which leads to the whole cycle. But yeah, if you've ever been through that, because I've been through it, I've talked about it. As far as my daughter, I had to take my daughter's mother to court. I didn't do anything. Visitation, I was getting her every other weekend at one point. And then all of a sudden one day she was like, I have a contract here. You need to sign. You need to do this, that, and the third. If you don't, you're not going to see her anymore. I was like, I'm not signing any contract with you. You know, nothing. I haven't done anything. I guess she was just that jealous. She just one day just decided, I'm not going to let you see her. And I finally got a lawyer. And even after I got a lawyer, I think it was May. It was like April or May. Because leading up to that, she would like some weekends, she just like, no, I'm keeping her. April or May, right? April or May was, I think I had to be April, was the last time I saw my daughter. And I would ask her every other weekend, during my weekend, if I can get her. And she's like, she wouldn't respond. So I was just like, hey, I'm just got to take you to court. And don't you know, I got the attorney in August that I had to pay. I think I had to pay her like $4,000, something crazy. And I didn't get to see my daughter. And I had a female attorney. She had a female attorney. I didn't get to see my daughter until the following March. So it was almost a year. It wasn't quite a year. So it had to be May, my last time seeing her. So it took that long. And I was like, well, since we're under litigation, since we got this going, and she's gonna have to let me see my daughter. I said, can you get her attorney to let me start seeing my daughter while we're doing this? She's like, no, or you're not until we got a court order. And I'm just like, bro, this ish is crazy. And that's how I know. And women is just not there. It's just in court in general. If a woman doesn't get her way, that's what she's gonna do. She's gonna find her way because she knows that it hurts you at the end of the day. Women only care about themselves. It's their ego. Women are led by ego, not the heart space. For those of you guys who are in tune, women don't lead with their heart space. You know what I mean? Or led by their heart space. They're led by ego. So the moment you piss her off or you do something she don't like, she's just gonna, no, you're not seeing her. And she don't even have the kid herself. She probably letting somebody else watch the kid or got your kid around another man. And I know some of you guys watching this is pissing you off because it's the truth. She'll have your child around a different man, a different dude that's clapping her cheeks, or different dudes clapping her cheeks that sees your kid more than you. It's unfortunate and it's unforgivable in my opinion. I don't get over stuff like that and I don't forget stuff like that. She tries to make it seem like we're cool and we don't. It's two words that I say to her. Yeah, when she try to ask questions, yeah, no. All right, come on, baby. I'm talking to my daughter. Come on, baby, let's go. That's because it's unforgivable what it is that you try to do, but women will act like nothing happened. Bro, don't ever fall for that. Don't ever fall for that and make a woman so comfortable where she just thinks she can do some stuff like that to you, bro. It's not right. It is not right, and you should never allow a woman to do that to you, bro. Exercise your rights, and I know it's hard. There was another video I was watching about men talking about giving up and why you shouldn't give up, and you need to fight for your kids. A man is supposed to fight for his kids, and it's just like, you can fight, but your money only goes so far because all the resources are provided to the woman. It's not provided to the man. Well, go ahead and apply to get a pro bono. No. But all the resources are provided for the woman. The man has to come up with the money, fight, pay an attorney just to see his own child and let another entity decide if you can see your child or not. This child that you created, right? Especially if you were an active father, man. Anyway, let me know what you guys think. Comment below. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Much blessings and abundance. Stick around for the next videos. It's going to pop up on the screen below. That's where I'm going to see you guys at. It's your favorite everything. This is Wisdom. I'm the best. Let's run it up to 1 million. Quit playing with me. Peace.